Hello everyone and welcome to Astrodesign. So this video I'm going to talk about who is Ethereum if he were a human being. Can it be trusted? Does he have value to others other than himself? Is he stable? All of these questions and more, as well as the January forecast for Ethereum and Bitcoin, will be introduced to you this video based on human design and astrology. But before I begin, two important things. All of the information provided is for educational and entertainment purposes only. This information is not a financial advice. I'm not certified investment advisor, and the information presented herein contains opinions and should not be considered investment advice. For investment advice, please consult your local certified financial advisor. And second, my channel has a lot of interesting videos to offer to you about the future and human character that is based on my knowledge of human design, astrology, gene keys, and coaching. Feel free to sign up and do not forget to click on the notification bell. Let's begin. In terms of human design, we have a currency related to the manifesting generator type, a 6-2 profile with a small split, powerful ego that demands to be appreciated and also has the ability to determine its value on a fixed level, so it becomes difficult to increase or decrease it sharply. The map shows a lot of recklessness and egoism, a desire to influence to receive money from others. Very material map, which on the one hand indicates a financial management ability and a good ability to manage the resources of the currency, but on the other hand, the value of the coin is meant to get money for itself and its associates. It is not a tribal ego that will obtain resources for its community, but more for his own. One of the essential things that challenges this map is volatility based on external pressure. Excessive environmental pressure can cause this currency to lose its value. In addition, the recklessness of the map adds fire to its instability. The base, which is very important to material survival and to push to change, is missing in this map, and therefore the currency is affected by other coins and pressure from outside and not what happened to it directly. Factually, whenever there is a decline in Bitcoin, also Ethereum goes down. So compared to Bitcoin, Ethereum can have a stable financial success over the long run. Those looking for a quick profit from it won't get it easy. In addition, Ethereum is immature and therefore make many mistakes, both on the part of its investors and on the part of casual people who purchase it. Another challenge on this map is openness at the root center, which represent an urge to act in the material world and achieve success, and openness at the center of the spleen that relates to survival awareness in the material plane. This means that the coin has no idea how to survive, no intuition whatsoever about what is right to invest. Everything takes place with a blindfold, and that is why it took this coin such a long time until its value improved. For several years it was under the radar until this year he jumped. Let's move to astrology. Virgo rising. So, anytime Mercury will be in a retro motion, it will have adverse effect except the October in this year, when it was in the second house of Bitcoin. The ruler of the second house is Venus, representing this coin's market cap, located in the 11th house. It could sound to astrologers like a very great combination to have. Many investors like this currency and invest in it, so it expands its market cap and liquidity, but especially among friends. This helps expand the currency's social circle, networking, and the usage of its platform, especially since Jupiter conjunct Venus, which further boosts its value in the eyes of others. But Venus debilitated in Virgo sign at its fall and retrograde motion, which indicates a lower actual value than what others see, at least in the first years of the currency, and to be precise, at least 20 or even more years. The planet Saturn controls the investment house in this currency, which means that investments are very slow and nothing happens here fast. Many obstacles to the coin's value, especially that Saturn is at a hard aspect to Jupiter and Venus themselves. The 8th house, which is the money from others, the money from investors, and government taxes. The ruler is Mars at a very unstable place, and a difficult aspect to Uranus, which resides in the 7th house, the house of market, the house of competition, and the house of other people regarding this coin. So the enemies of this coin are very strong, and it makes this coin very unstable and at the mercy of others. And don't forget that Mars is in debilitation state as well. The moon rules material desires and their fulfillment in this chart, social ties and networking, community and recognition of the currency worldwide. Here too there is no stability. Moon is at a difficult aspect to both Mars and Uranus, which resides in Aries in the 7th house, the realm of Mars, and the Moon is not in a good position to them both. By the way, it is important to note that both Mars and Moon in debilitation state in the map, which greatly weakens it. So this map has three very essential personal planets in debilitation states: Venus, Mars, and Moon. This map's ability to leverage and globalize is very difficult. It faces many objections and challenges, but the ego and what investors think of this currency is higher than the actual value. Leo's sign is full of planets, which indicates an inflated and arrogant ego. So the currency and the fees for using it and its platforms are higher than other currencies. This currency will go through quite a few upheavals during its existence, making people in some periods trust it less and in other periods more. No stable ground. The positive is the network circle of Ethereum and its use for other platforms, resulting from the fact that the 11th house is an investment house and full of collaborators. Others see here a royal figure in collaborations. Venus and Jupiter get a positive aspect from Uranus, and hence the value of the currency is less chaotic than Bitcoin. Venus and Jupiter get a positive aspect from Uranus, and hence the value of the currency is less chaotic than Bitcoin. Once it reaches a specific value, it knows how to fix it over there, more or less. Still, everything is very slow, so don't expect something to happen suddenly for the better. There are too many failures in the basic maps that need to be learned to overcome, and it takes a long time. The emphasis on House 11 represents the networking collaboration with Ethereum, that we have many other currencies based on the Ethereum platforms and infrastructures, because they see it as a more social infrastructure than Bitcoins. But they are wrong. The prices for the use of this infrastructure are higher and therefore don't benefit with the tokens or with those who use these tokens. I will now move to forecast of the upcoming January months first for Bitcoin. I'm not going to consider the generational planets that move slowly because they are creating changes over a long period of time and not for 1 month. I will refer to oscillations of the Moon, Venus, Mercury, Sun and Mars specifically. So as I predicted in December, Bitcoin was unable to raise his head for almost the entire month. What will happen in January? Sun that controls the second house in the first days does not create significant aspects and therefore will not affect the liquidity of the currency. Towards the 8th or 9th of January, it creates harmonious aspects to Saturn and Uranus from the currency map, which will definitely stop its declines. But that does not mean that Bitcoin will rise too much. Hence, it will be a gradual rise. Until 16th of January, the Sun will be close to Bitcoin's Jupiter and the liquidity of Bitcoin will rise. In other words, the market cap will rise, which could slightly raise the value towards the 20th of the month until the 26th. Then the Sun will conjunct North Node and it's supposed to lead to a jump in the value of the currency, but we have Saturn here and Uranus is in Taurus looking at a very hard aspect to this North Node and the Sun, and it won't help Bitcoin. Therefore, an extreme decrease rather than increase is expected. In terms of the Moon, on the 2nd, we have a new Moon conjunct the Sun of Bitcoin in the 6th house. So a new difficulty will begin in a month that is all full of hard work to stabilize the currency. House 6 is not the most preferred or favorable location, so it will not contribute to the value of Bitcoin going up. On Saturday, the 17th, we have a full moon in Cancer. This is the 12th house of Bitcoin, and it's expected that 2 days before and 2 days after there will be currency declines. Mars, ruler of the 5th house, the investment house, and ruler of public opinion and currency's reputation. Most of the month is not going to be in a good shape at all. From the beginning of the month until the 20th, it will meet with negative aspects to Saturn and Uranus from the Bitcoin's natal chart, which will create difficulties for its rise and loss of volatility. In addition, it creates an unpleasant aspect with Neptune, which will create scandals and defamation of Bitcoin, and this will definitely affect the investment in it adversely. Toward the 22nd, Mars conjunct Bitcoin's Pluto, and something very powerful and transformative will happen with this currency. It is possible that someone powerful like a whale will buy Bitcoin and contribute to its rise. On the 25th of January, Mars moves to Capricorn, where he will meet Bitcoin's Mars and also enter an unpleasant aspect with the natal moon of Bitcoin's natal chart, which can lead to declines again by the end of these months. Venus control over investors in Bitcoin's chart, networking, and its community, as well as the fourth house base of Bitcoin. To remind you, the whole month Venus is in retro motion, and this brings to the forefront old coins like fiat and not Bitcoin itself. It is not in favor for Bitcoin, in particular that the retreat takes place in the 6th house. Multiple regulations and obstacles to the growth of the currency. In addition, there is a demand here to change the base of Bitcoin by force, and it is neither for its benefit nor for the benefit of its investors. But Venus does create a good aspect for Bitcoin, Saturn, and Uranus in the first 2 weeks of the month, which indicates that even if there are changes, they will be slower than usual and ones that will affect the world's currency value in the long run. Another thing, Mercury in the shadow period of its retreat, and then it will enter its regression motion from the 14th. Mercury represents the 3rd house, so it is expected that false and confusing news on the way to us that will of course affect the currency not for the better. As well, there can be some mishaps with the technology of Bitcoin platforms. In short, another month that does not guarantee much for Bitcoin is ahead of us. On the 3rd, there is a Bitcoin's birthday, and I will make a video separately on that, which will concern the upcoming year for Bitcoin. Let's move on to Ethereum. First, I will present the most important planets for the interpretation of the value of the currency. The market cap, the liquidity, is Venus. The investment house is Saturn. The receiving money from others, the 8th house, is Mars, and transformation and sudden events is Mars as well, who is also responsible for communication about this currency and messages worldwide. The investor house, networking and public recognition, is ruled by Moon. This month, the 4th house is strongly emphasized, which indicates the basis of the Ethereum that is undergoing a makeover, especially since we have here the transformative Pluto, which the Sun will be in close proximity to until the 11th of the month, and will also create a challenging aspect with Uranus from the birth chart. So trouble for those who trade currency. Instability in networking and collaborations can fall apart in a surprising turn for everyone. Towards the dates 14-24th of January, Sun will conjunct the Moon of the map and creates a challenging aspect with Mars. Bad news regarding the base of the currency. There may be delays or issues in the new technology platforms they are planning, especially when it comes to Mercury in regression period. There will be many glitches in the technology, especially in terms of its safety and confidentiality. During the month, security breaches in Bitcoin and Ethereum technologies and currencies based on them. Mercury, the ruler of the map, is going to be in regression mode, and the impact of the retreat and its problem will be felt all months. So there will be glitches in the technology of the currency, and scams and scandals based on the technology are definitely expected. I would not even hesitate to say that there is a chance of significant hacks in Ethereum platforms. New moon in the 4th house, again issues related to the base of the Ethereum that will come up and will require some sort of mirroring and urgent care. Full moon on the 17th in the 10th house, problems with image and change in the goals of the currency. Mars is at a bad aspect to Neptune most of the month, so it further emphasizes a transformative and unpleasant event regarding the value of the currency and investing in it. In general, even for Ethereum, this is not the best month. Those who are just thinking of investing should wait at least another month and a half, because Mercury is in regression mode and is not good time for Ethereum, especially since the retreat takes place mostly in the 4th house, the basis of Ethereum, that does not contribute to security in the upcoming months. I hope that you liked my video, especially that it talks about the truth behind the maps, and it only for the benefit of all of you, in order for you to know how to prepare for the upcoming months with your investments. So take care, and until the next time, I wish you good health. Bye bye.